That hurt.
Blowjobs are a no for me.
It is a skill. It is a practice skill. It is a necessary skill. Ooh,
The secret to a great blowjob is saliva, saliva, saliva.
It's important for us to learn from this because I think we lose because we beat ourselves.
You need to swallow it too.
I understand the problem here.
The people don't understand esophagus is the main player of the game.
Try to stay away from it as much as I can.
You can start by licking the dip.
I didn't understand it, but
Patrick Agyemang to Bambi or a newborn giraffe or what?
I have to say, watching that again, that Alexi's going to have. I mean, I can't wait to see Alexi when he watches the intro as we come in. By the way, Alexi Lawless is going to show on Monday. Don't miss that. He'll be back. We're going to go over it all. We'll cover everything. So, yeah, we'll see how he I mean, he's got to laugh at the part where he explains why, giving a blowjob, it's an important skill, right? You would think he'd be all right with that. Doesn't matter. He's going to be subjected to it regardless. So anyhow, join us next Monday. Yes, Alexi is back. And, no punches pulled, no bullshit allowed. And, hey, we'll see how it goes. Had a short text back and forth with him today. So, I mean, it's been a while. Hasn't it been almost a year and a half now? Brett?
Since what?
Since he was last year?
Oh, it has not been a year and a half.
Year?
I'd say less than a year.
Okay, less than a year, really?
I think so.
I thought it was during the summer as well. So maybe just like, I don't know, maybe it's a year. Anyhow.
I was trying to think what we talked about. I think we just talked about him most of the time.
Yeah. Well, we've got, oh my God, so much to cover today. We didn't think we would have much to cover. So we were going to do a call-in show, and that's just not going to happen. Because if you saw Brett's tabs for the show,
it's enough, yeah.
Yeah, you'd be like, yeah, there's no way we're going to be here a long time. Did want to give a shout out to Rick Beato. I don't know if a lot of people know. If you're into music, obviously you know who Rick Beato is. Has his own music show, and he did a whole piece today because some of his friends, including Justin Hawkins writes again, and the Professor of Rock, they do a lot of music shows, and they use, just like we did once here on this show, like a 4-second clip of the song, and they're all getting slammed by the record companies. It's not YouTube, it's the record companies. And I mean, it's gotten so ridiculous to this point. I made a video for my own song, which no one else owns, but Taltris Records claims they own it in France. Well, Okay, guys, you only put out one album, and I never gave you the rights to own my music. So you don't get to get money from us because my video's on our YouTube page. But anyhow, it's gotten to such a point, a ridiculous point, that guys like Justin Hawkins and Professor of Rock, and of course Rick Beato, for years, he's hired his own lawyer. Like, Rick can do that. He's got the money. And he doesn't let anybody push him around. He basically challenges every single claim, and he wins them all now. But you got to have somebody that knows what they're doing and knows how to use the right language. So anyhow, it's one of those things. I feel sorry for some of the people who do make, their sites are music focused, and what we use, don't bogart that joint, my friend. Like, that's the part we use. That's like a 3-second clip, and we got a claim. Did we challenge that one? I don't know.
No, I doubt we did.
I think we clipped it out.
I think we clipped it out, yeah. Derek, you're right. It was just a little over a year ago. It was April 15th, 2024.
Okay. Wow. I figured it had been a while.
Time flies.
It has.
I feel like it's just been a handful of months, and all of a sudden, bam.
Jack Panetta says, are you going to cover my cock and balls with your mouth? I mean, if you got a really tiny sack and cock,
Derek with a good time.
I probably could if they were really small. As you can say, I don't really have that large of a mouth. So you should already know you're going to have to be pretty small for me to get those in there. All right. Derek, I just got back from the range. How's the golf game? I have not played golf for a couple weeks, nor has my mom, because it's been ridiculously hot in Indiana. I mean, super hot. And my mom walks, and she kind of forces me to walk too. So, unless she wants to use a cart, I'm not going because I'm playing in, what was the last weekend? 88 feels like 101. Okay, I'm not playing in that. Just not doing it. All right.
Yeah. Eric reposted or quote tweeted our stream. He said, dude, can't we just talk about this shit without agendas and BS? In order to find
Yes, Eric. Okay, fine. If we're going to have Alexi back, why not have you back too? Of course, yes, we'll have Eric back. We had a lot of fun with him last time. So, all right, I guess we got a bunch of shows full coming up.
He quote tweeted us again saying, responding to you always going to Lawless.
We could talk about their relationship too, which is a little bit more I don't know, not as solid ground as it used to be, but kind of funny. We'll bring it up with Alexi first and see what he feels like. But anyhow, when we bring, if you're new here, most of you are not, but if you are, when we have guys like that on the show, we don't pull any punches. We're going to keep it real here. And for the most part, they keep it real. I mean, of course, Eric's going to keep it real. We might disagree with what his real is. But, I've also found that Lawless, since coming on all of our shows, that sounded horrible. Since joining us and being a guest on many of our shows, including Tax as well, I find he's a lot less full of shit on air. I think that he knows we're all watching now. And, he used to, and he told us when we had him on the first time, I'm a troll. I'm trolling people. That's what I do. I think he's doing less trolling these days. I mean, there were a couple instances we called him out recently. Actually, we're like, okay, come on, that's a troll.
I feel like all he has to, whenever he wants to troll, he just say, "What are we yelling about today?" And you just post a picture of Trump doing a dance. That's all you gotta do. Yeah.
And there are a couple other people who reached out to me that want to be on the show too. I'm not going to name them right now because I don't know if we want them on the show. I'll just be honest with you. No offense to them. I'm just not sure what they would bring as far as being completely honest about topics. And that's what we worry about when we have people on, because we used to do that at Big Soccer, and we would have these, hour-long, 2-hour-long shows, and you weren't going to get anything real out of that.
I would say just let anybody know who reaches out to us. Let anybody know that we don't script anything and we push.
Right. So if you want a map of what's going to happen on the show, we're not going to be able to give you a map. And if you can't at least do an hour, you're probably not coming on. Right? That was like, what's his face from Best Soccer Show. Well, I can only do 15, 20 minutes. What? All right. We're not doing 15, 20 minutes. Either you come in for an hour, that's the minimum, or don't come on.
Well, I mean, you got 15 minutes, you barely get anything done.
Right. I mean, look, we're 10 minutes in already. What have we got done? Absolutely nothing.
Hey, we've lined up Winolda to another show. We did that.
That's true.
Colin says Eric told you that because he just made a video on the same topic.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. That's groovy. Tab Ramos. Not that I'm not saying who it is, but Tab is pretty honest up to a point. And then anybody who's interviewed him will tell you there's a line he won't cross. And that's for absolutely good reason. Really. He wants to in the future be employed. So you don't go out there burning bridges. It's just not a smart thing to do.
Is it Tom Booger? Does Tom Booger come on the show?
Hell no. Tom Booger. I like Tom Booger.
What's wrong with Tom Booger?
Yeah. But Tom Bogert? No. I doubt he would ever lower himself to come on this show.
I would be more than happy to have Bogert on the show.
If he's not going to be, he's going to let it rip. and tell us like it really is. Not, I don't want any MLS is awesome, shut up and just watch it or that. I mean, there are legitimate criticisms of MLS. So
if we had an MLS guy come on here and preach up, just think of the super chats.
Oh, it'd get ugly. It would get ugly if all of a sudden somebody came on here and said MLS was perfect entity. Get over yourself.
That's the other thing we also got to emphasize to people is that we display every super chat unless it's just like, downright offensive.
Absolutely. By the way, tonight
Nope.
I am drinking this, a triple Carmelet. I always used to say when I was younger Carmelet, but it's more like Carmelet. It is also from Belgium, and boy, I can't see shit. So let me use a lighter, see if I can find out what the alcohol content on this sucker is. It's so dark in here today. I don't know why. It's a 3-grainer. Doesn't tell me. I can't see the alcohol by volume, but I imagine it being a triple, it's not low. And I haven't had this for probably, 4 or 5 years. I remember it being pretty good. So I'll let you know if it's potable in just a minute. All right, Brett, you want to hit the show?
Yep.
Not with your fist.
YouTube rejected my comment. I was going to tell Colin to, because Colin said he's on 1% battery, and I said, charge that shit. Apparently didn't like the word shit.
Kobe, Derek looking hot as fuck today. No shit. Thank you very much. All right. Ooh, look at the color on that.
I think it's you next to that slender hourglass shaped glass.
Look at the color on this beauty. Smells a little like when you open up a pack of old baseball cards. That bubblegum smell?
Well, I mean, the bubblegum smell comes from bubblegum.
It comes from the sugars. There's special sugars they use for the bubblegum gum. And they're not the same, but they have a similar scent, like a powdered, like that's the esters.
Yeah. I never understood the concept of supplying a piece of gum with baseball cards when the gum has the same consistency of the actual cardboard of the cards.
Yeah, they're really hard to chew.
It breaks off into a powder in your mouth. You're like, what the fuck did I just bite into?
It's tasteless in like 5 seconds. As soon as it's chewed up, the flavor is gone. All right, let's get to what we got today, Brett.
We'll get to what we got.
Oh, by the way, to the 307 of you already here, make sure you like, subscribe, share it with your grandma, and lean over, give your stepsister a kiss because she's there to support us and you and your love of this game. All right.
Bad news, Derek. The Stephen Colbert show appears to be getting canceled.
Yeah. I used to love Stephen Colbert on the old Comedy Central. That was one of the best shows. And then he became a parody of himself. I don't know. It's too bad.
Yeah.
So I stopped watching that years ago. Where was the anyhow? I love the old Comedy Central stuff. That character. I wish he would have stuck to that character because that would have been great. But he went and became himself, whatever that is.
He got sponsors and had to abide by the sponsors and the party that's paying him and all that shit.
All that shit. Government advocate of whatever, at the time. Mm-hmm. So it became so political. It's like, it's 10 o'clock at night. Can I just sit down for fucking 10 minutes?
Make me laugh, funny man.
And just make me laugh. Does everything have to be a political joke? And not even, that's the other thing. And I can't remember what comedian said this, but it was one that recently died a couple of years ago. Said, yeah, I don't do Trump jokes because they write themselves. They're too easy. Or I don't do political jokes in general because they're so easy. And that's kind of what that show became. Less funny. All right. I mean, I still watch Jon Stewart. He's hilarious, and that's a political show, but I don't watch it at 10 o'clock at night when I want to chill and kind of calm down and get ready.
I got some comedy for you, Derek. Let's listen to day 2 of English class.
We have more than one turtle. All we're going to do is add an S. Turtles That's right. Very good. Now, if we have more than one goose, it'd be gooses. No, it's geese.
You don't see apparently.
He didn't even spell geese right.
I know.
Yeah, okay. Here, let me give you one.
Almost like he was trying to spell Greece. Maybe that's what he's going to lead into.
No, I don't think so.
Oh. No.
I've had to do this in my classrooms before in the past.
Yeah.
Teaching English. Yeah.
Well, that's why I think maybe he left the scene there because he's going to spell Greece as in the country or something like that.
I don't think so. I just think he fucked that up.
That's possible.
One more try here. Let's do this right here really quick. Let's do this right here. What word is that? Moose? Moose. Yes,
oh, he's leading into meese.
So more than one moose.
Still misspelled, though.
Would be meese? No. I mean, mooses? Nope.
It's moose.
It's a moose. You don't see how. If we have one moose, it would be moose. But if we have multiple moose,
it's still moose.
It would be moose. Still moose.
Yes, this language is crazy that we did
it's
have
insane.
here.
We do it on purpose.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to teaching it. Coming up here very shortly in August.
Could have just let that shit run out. I guess. Damn, didn't realize we're at the end there.
Bloop. All right, let's see. Somebody says Parma submitted a formal bid to Dortmund. Yes, we're going to get to that.
We'll get that.
Fabrizio just tweeted. Actually, it was kind of earlier in the day, and I don't know if it was Fabrizio or somebody else said the exact same thing. But if Fabrizio is saying it, if Fabrizio was saying it, it's true.
Yeah,
it's true. Just like if it's an MLS deal and Tom Bogert posts it, it's deal. It's a real thing.
You know, if Fabrizio announces it and doesn't mention a source, we believe it's real. But if Derek does it, can't believe anything Derek says.
I got no questions this time around when I announced the Wolfsburg deal is close to being signed. The only issue was that there was a German paper who quote tweeted me as well. God, what was the name of that? It was a local Wolfsburg paper. Okay. And they got their numbers wrong about the deal. They had like 13 million or whatever. Everybody attacked the paper. They're like, this guy's saying Norwich didn't budge. You said it's 13 million and you lied to us. It's not 13 million. I'm not saying I know anything about the price, guys. It could be 15 plus 5 in bonuses or add-ons. We don't know the number. So let's all calm down about the number. They could be right about it being around 14 plus 6. It could be 12 plus 8. Like all the devil's in the details. I wouldn't go after somebody just because they don't know the exact number of the deal yet. I don't know. And I've got like backseat to the party. Okay. All right.
This was making its rounds. So figured we'd cover this real quick. Just a nice couple enjoying a Coldplay concert.
Oh my God.
Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay? Oh, what?
Oh my God.
I love how the singer of Coldplay is actually narrating it.
It's too late. You got to play it off better than that.
Yeah.
Like start dancing.
That's what Max said too, and I'm going to bring that up here in a second.
Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
Oh, yeah, they're having an affair.
As it turns out, they're having an affair. Yeah,
and he's a big-time CEO, sleaze mag. Yep.
How do you spin it when you got your right arm wrapped around her left boob?
Well, as soon as it goes on
it's
you,
like cupping it, man.
You drop your hands lower. Okay, and then you start doing a dance, doing a dance, doing a dance, whatever. But you can't act like you've just been murdered somebody, and that's what they did. They act like they murdered somebody.
Her arms are bigger than his.
And they had plenty of time. They saw this camera going up the aisles and around the stadium. They could have said, now's maybe a good time to split up. But because she is his HR director. And it isn't it so perfect that she's the HR director?
And his sister was cold.
And his stepsister? No. I mean, really, this is not unusual. If any of you have worked corporate in your world, the big guy at the top, kind of a sleazy guy sometimes. Not always. But the sleazeballs do tend to make it to the top because you got to be sort of a sociopath, right?
Well, you made this point off air and everything like that, but I mean, he looks young enough and youthful, and and she looks
older.
Like she's like his mom.
Yeah, it does look like his mom.
Not a bad looker for his mom, but
right,
still.
Right, exactly. She looks significantly.
Eyes are all sunken in. Looks like she's
yes, kind of got like a Skeletor thing going there. I mean, I don't know. Hey, to each his own.
Being here said, yeah.
You are cheating on your wife, and you are cheating on your husband. So they both got nabbed. Sure, this has been going on for some time. This wasn't their first date. And but yeah, I mean, there have been people that get fired for that kind of stuff. You get fired by the board for this kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. So we'll see, right?
Text Brazilian Ghost says 100% Skeletor.
Yeah, it's kind of just the first thing that came in my head was Skeletor looking at her. Just like looked like she's been in the sun too much too. A lot of sun. And it's aged her quicker than him. But men age better in general.
Yeah. Generally.
Yes.
Being here said, sent this to my HR rep and said, could be us. And now she wants to meet. It worked. Probably not the same.
Yeah.
Whereas the CEO took his head of HR to a Coldplay concert, your HR is probably going to pull you in and talk about sexual harassment.
Oh, absolutely. I probably lost, my job the next day. But he's the boss. So the only way he's losing his job is that more than half of the people on the board who he's picked to be on the board, because they're his friends, will have to decide that he needs to go. And that rarely happens.
Wolf says they brother and sister. Was a Coldplay concert in Alabama?
Tennessee. So the other thing is, I guess the CEO's wife already has dropped his last name on all her social media. So she knows. She knows.
Sounds like she's going to get a massive payday here soon.
50-50, baby.
Yep. Max says, this is none of our business, but I've never seen more guilty people. I mean, try and play it off.
That's what I thought too, Max. Jesus.
So I said, honey, Rebecca was dying of hypothermia and she needed body heat. I mean, I guess I didn't have to wrap my hands around her breast, but I was doing my best to keep a colleague alive. I don't trust that would have worked.
Don't think yeah, they totally blew that playing that off. Although the embrace, it's going to be difficult to play that off, just generally, because it's quite.
I mean, I would have gone into the Heimlich maneuver, maybe. That's how you play it off, right?
Yeah, that's a good one. And she could pretend she's choking.
Choke, bitch, choke.
Although he did it too much, it might look like he was butting her.
Yeah,
right there, up there.
Would have been a whole different video altogether. Like, holy, the second camera up there. Let's go.
Oh my God! All right, enough of that. Sometimes the sleazeballs get caught. It's good to know.
Oh my goodness, man, the world we live in, right?
I mean, listen, being a hypocrite, but I was never the CEO of a company. All right, my ex-wife. That's how I met her. All right. I was the one of the top directors at the company at the time, and she worked in one of my departments. I wasn't her direct boss, though. So I don't know. I don't know if that counts or not. And we kept it a secret for a while. I'm sure people suspected it, but we weren't married at the time. So it's kind of different, right? And she came on to me, not the other way around, and it was not at work. So that is also something to be explained. So I'm not totally, this isn't the same situation. Have I been someone who's had 3 girlfriends at the same time once? Yes. And I feel really, really bad about it. And I stopped doing that kind of thing once I got out of college. I didn't do that anymore, really. So yeah,
that's fair.
I mean, we are all young. This guy's not 20. All right. He's a 50-year-old man and he's still playing like a playa out there. We all are kind of players in our youth. All right. What else we got, Brett?
1 sec. Okay, Max did respond to my suggestion, what they should have done, and he said would have worked better than what they did. It's true. I guess doing anything would have been better than hiding, because at that point you're guilty.
Right. Yeah. I might as well roll with it at that point and be unashamed, because it's over. You've been nabbed. Might as well not.
You see this played by Zach Steffen yet?
Yes, I have. I saw it on the highlight show because I watched MLS all day yesterday from 7 to midnight. Can I be fair to Zach? First of all, it's a crappy back pass. But he does clear this fucker into an area where you think maybe one of your players might fight for the ball. But okay, one guy goes up.
But here's the thing. That ball's going to get head back here. What's this guy doing?
Yeah, exactly. So let's see what happens here. Goes off his head.
I guess it's past him.
Oh, that guy needs to step up. The center back needs to step up faster than that. Did you see that? Look at the center back. He stands there for a while. There, he stops, in fact. You got to keep going and cut that angle off.
No, you jump into that.
Hell yeah, because your goalkeeper is not in goal, dude. Can you not know that? You don't turn your head like a little pussy either. You throw yourself on that grenade.
I feel like after this kick right here, he gains his bounce after a step or two. But then Zach's got to be sprinting his ass off to get back in that goal.
Yeah, I feel like he jogged his way back to the goal. I think
he jogged back.
Yep.
He jogged back until the guy headed the ball, and he's like, oh, shit. Then maybe he picked it up.
Yeah, he picked it up as soon as he saw, oh, shit, I hit it all the way to the midfield, but it's coming right back down my gullet.
Oh, no.
And
he was jogging right there.
Yeah.
That little segment right there.
I think by then he already had given up.
That's fair. That's always possible. Yeah, not great. I mean, again, to your point, it was a back pass. And he hooked it up 50 yards.
You should have enough time to get back in your role if you hoof it up 50 yards and your guys go up and challenge for the ball.
Yeah, the ball's up in the air. It's coming back down. Then it's headed back up in the air. I mean, I feel like that's enough time to get back in your goal.
It's a perfect pass from the guy that headed it, too. I don't even think he meant to head it there.
No, the guy was just going up for the header, yeah. No, it was perfectly done.
Ended up right in the right place. So, and nobody was marking that guy at all.
Without actually seeing Steffen, because he was off camera and stuff like that, I can only assume, though, he was jogging based off of the last little clip that I saw. But I can't fault him for anything else except for the jog back or run back.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're hoofing that up and you're outside your 18 on the side, you better bust your ass to get back there.
You better.
And maybe he did. I don't know.
He might have. Maybe because as you said, he's off camera. I can't see how hard he ran. Maybe somebody saw this live. They can let us know. But maybe they were at the game. All right. So anyhow, I'm not blaming that all on Zach.
Word.
Because I would if I could. All right, for the 494 of you here now, make sure you like, subscribe, share with your grandma, and thank you for coming out on this Thursday. All right, Brett, go
ahead. Edgar points out, crazy that he's the only American on the starting 11. Now, do you know? I guess you could see it already. Never mind. So, Inter Miami took on Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And he got stomped. Got curb stomped 3-0. Look at these scores. One of these things are not like the others.
Yeah, Ben Kermashi. Wait, he's the only American?
Apparently losing 3-0 and still had 7.4, man. Must have had a pretty good game.
Usually they start 2 Americans. Who's the kid that plays center back / back? If they play a back 3, he's in there too. Forgot his name.
Don't know.
He's not that tall.
I don't follow Miami, so.
I forgot his name. Anyhow, point being, they usually have at least one because he's usually the starter, and then Kermashi's sort of an on-again, off-again starter. It's there, and then he doesn't play. No, Allen, thank you. Like, Kermashi does not start every game, so. But I guess they had to slip one American in there starting, right? So.
Otherwise, it'd just be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Spencer wants to know if it was no Allen.
Yes, it is. That's what I said. Yep.
Okay.
No, Alan, it was.
Huh. All right.
Lost my layer. I just had it here a couple minutes ago.
You sent this my way, and I know this is about Miami picking up some new players and paying stuff down. Is this about Game of Tam?
No, it's just about Taylor Twellman getting really irritated and pissed.
Oh.
He was going through massive battles with people today and call them fucking idiots. And literally nobody on this app can critically think. I mean, you don't ever say literally nobody. Come on, Taylor. You don't say that. That's not what you
apparently say. You say apparently nobody.
Literally no one on this app.
That's
even apparently would be bad. Can critically think or Google apparently. Literally and apparently.
Oh.
Let me help. If you think Miami are the only ones that can do this, then we aren't really capable of discussing anything further. Okay, well, other teams try to do something like this and they got penalized. Their name are the LA Galaxy. Remember? They tried to take it to the max and they didn't do it appropriately and then were punished.
Somebody called Twellman out and mentioned some couple players with the crew they're trying to do this with as well.
Yeah.
And it didn't go through.
Right. For whatever reason, other teams they got under a microscope, but Miami, they must be working like hand in hand with the actual front office at MLS because they seem to be able to making these deals all the time.
That's rich coming from an LA Galaxy fan. I'm just saying.
Hey, I think that we would
the league always bent over backwards for LA Galaxy until Miami came into the equation. All of a sudden, Miami's the new front runner there.
I don't think anybody's gotten this much preferential treatment. Not even LAG, honestly. And not saying something. So I think there is a difference here, but the problem is because of the lack of transparency, we really don't know how they're managing to stay within the rules. So because of that, we don't all of us who watch MLS have no idea how they're managing to pull this off. Like, we can't look at the math to figure it out. Well, here's an idea. Raise the fucking cap. Like a real amount of money. Like a significant amount of money. I don't care what the 4 or 6 old slacker owners that don't want it raised. Screw them at this point. The rest of the owners need to get together and say, those guys, raise the cap significantly. Like $6, $8 million, $10 million. And then let everybody go spend what they can. And keep the DP thing and the TAM and GAM on top of that. But the cap needs to be raised, period. End of story. We're never going to get to the point where there won't be a cap. I'm just telling you right now. That's not something anybody – I mean, even baseball kind of has a cap now. And for years, they didn't have one. But everybody's come to the point where like, okay, yeah. Like NBA has the luxury tax. If you spend over this much, then you're paying a certain percentage on luck. So there are punishments for going over the cap. You can do it, but
I mean the argument there really would be where else? I mean they can happily put the cap on like baseball and football and basketball because where else are you going to go to play and get an equal amount of money up to that front? I mean,
yeah, you're not going to get
a couple of countries you can go and play, but you're not going to get anywhere near.
Yeah, Japan probably the best. Outside of the United States.
Nobody plays American football.
I mean, basketball, you could go play in Europe, but you're not going to get paid as much as you could in the NBA. So,
oh man, I don't know if that's my wife actually.
You think that really is?
I don't know if that's her or not. Babe, if you're actually watching the show, send me a text. That's
probably a good idea.
It sounds like her. Sounds like
yes.
her. I'm just well, you know, it doesn't sound like her. There's no twat or cunt muffin or anything in there. So I don't know, but I mean, it sounds like something she would say. And usually I get a text message saying that. But
this could be one of your friends trying to play a prank on you because we've never used her first name on this show.
I don't think I've ever said Elizabeth ever.
No, we always use code. All right. Well.
Oh damn, it's her. Oh man, I had no idea she knew how to get onto YouTube. Fuck.
Oh Lord. Hey, EB. Hope you're well, girl. Hope you're well. All right, but the show must go on. This is the first spouse showing up to a show. Yeah.
Oh, God, that's good times.
Or former spouse, from my case.
It's her first time on the show, and it's the best.
Hey, she even called you a twat. That's so
there we go. Yeah.
totally in line. All right.
That's our love language right there.
Yeah.
All right. Here we got Garber talking at a rally.
Okay. A clip rally. She's not going to get any of these jokes or references.
No. Yeah, probably she chimed in just to say that, probably.
Yeah.
Now, now an hour from now, if she's still on the chat, I'll be impressed.
Right. Derek, where's Derek's wife? I'm divorced, dude. I have an ex-wife. She's not coming on. All right.
I'm waiting for her name to pop up. This motherfucker's lying all the time.
She wouldn't do that.
No, I don't think so.
No. We have to stay in touch because of the children.
Your adult children?
Yes.
I feel like once they become adults, you technically don't have to continue to communicate with your ex at that point.
No, I know, but occasionally I'll get one. Hey, Nick's having this issue. What do you think I should do? That kind of thing. But nothing much, I can tell you that. Not recently, that's for sure. So just because you divorce your wife doesn't mean she totally disappears from your life. That's just not how it happens.
Yeah, not when you have young kids, when you have old kids.
Old kids, yeah. I mean, we've talked less and less since, they're in their 20s and one's almost 30. Holy shit.
There you go. Look at that.
But that's a whole different story, though. That's a stepson, older stepson. All right. What else we got? Oh, this is done.
Do you foresee it being again against Liga MX All-Star?
I don't know. It's been Liga MX for quite some time, but we have a unique opportunity with the World Cup taking place right prior. Let's say if the U.S. and Mexico get into the final, how great would it be to have Liga MX and MLS?
I'm glad actually I didn't skip through that. Because he's saying, hey, I don't know who the All-Star team is going to be playing next season. It might be Liga MX, but it wouldn't be great if U.S. and Mexico make it to the final. And he's talking about the World Cup right now.
Yeah,
right. It butts up right with the World Cup. Wouldn't it be amazing if the U.S. and Mexico make the finals? That we have a team from each. We have the All-Star team play their league, or a team from their league. Like, wait a second. Let's back up here, buddy.
Yeah, I wasn't even sure what the hell he's talking about. So he thinks U.S. and Mexico are going to be in the final of the World Cup?
No, I don't think he thinks. He says, well, wouldn't it be cool if they were, and then we played a Mexican team?
In the
MLS All-Stars.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess. I'm not following any of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like lost.
Play, shortly thereafter in the All-Star game. But we'll wait and see how things play out.
Charlotte's representative for this year's All-Star team is now on the Derby. As a league, how frustrating it is. What would you like to see change when some of the top American players are going overseas?
Yeah.
How frustrating is it for the league when all their top players move abroad, basically, is what she said.
Yeah, and they're not all Americans, by the way. They lost a couple players in the last week that are really decent players, but they're going to Mexico.
And there's some going back to actually it's Mexico.
And some going back to Europe too. Yeah.
And out of the blue too, it's just like, I know I'm like your leading scorer and I've been killing it, but I'm just gonna end my contract and go home.
Yeah.
Wait, what? You're doing what now?
It was a Losky, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
So let's see how frustrated Don is by losing these players.
He's not.
Year after year after year after year.
He won't be.
Yeah, so it's not frustrating at all. We are operating in a global market. And that global market is about developing players and having those players either stay and continuing the rest of their careers here or going on and playing in another league. And in his case, it was a great career move. He went to a small college and then went to Rhode Island and was signed here in the draft and is now sold for near $10 million.
So that amount right there. I mean, yeah, he's perfectly happy with Ajimon going to Derby, and since that we're making $10 million.
Who the fuck?
If Patrick continued playing for Clit, how many millions do you think he would make the league?
Who the fuck's frustrated about this? Maybe Clit fans?
Yeah.
That's about it. But most of the Clit fans I saw online were like, you go, Patrick. We wish you well. Thank you for your service here. We go kick ass. I didn't see that much bitterness or frustration with it.
If I was a member of Team Clit, and Patrick was getting sold for $8 million plus $2 million bonus add-ons, I'd be like, fuck, dude, we can use that. Well, I wouldn't get the full 10 mil. I'd probably get like 7 mil out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's replaceable.
Yes. He's replaceable.
He's pretty good for them and everything, but he's replaceable.
Yeah. I can't believe we're covering this, honestly, because it's such a non-story. You knew Garber was not going to be upset. And you knew, well, at least he's saying this because for years he didn't. Hey, we're part of the market. It's a global market. We're a selling league. He didn't say that. He didn't go as far as say we're a selling league. But honestly, unless you're the Premier League or Spain or Italy or Germany, maybe France, you are a selling league. That's just what you are. I'm sorry.
100%.
Yep.
Okay, so Derek, recently, how recently was it? This wasn't recently. What the hell? Oh, the nominations were for the ESPYS came out like back in like June 30th, I guess.
Okay.
So Barcelona's in here, a Barcelona fan club here, and simply saying that, hey, we've got 3 people nominated for the ESPYS.
Okay.
Well, 11 hours ago, apparently the ESPYS were voted upon. So here are the 4 players for best soccer player.
Well, that'd be Yamal.
Barcelona, AC Milan. Wow, Derek,
Yamal.
You'd be stupid.
I would be stupid.
Because Pulisic won.
Pulisic wins the award.
Go, Pulisic!
Oh, my God.
Woo!
I'm glad I missed this
Taking over the world by storm.
Oh, my God. Wow. Okay.
Of all these grubs from Barcelona going up against Christian Pulisic. And Christian Pulisic came out victorious.
Well, that's one way to make your award show look like it's jackassery.
A little bit of bias opinion here.
Yeah. Wow.
What award is this? It's the ESPY Awards. It's ESPN's sports awards, basically.
Anybody watch that? Only part I watched was the opening by what's-his-face, the comedian. That's it.
Shane Gillis.
Yeah, that's it.
Dude, he was catching a lot of flack.
Oh my God, he was getting like some cold stares.
The clips I saw of his jokes were hysterical. I love the one where he's like, I don't even remember the WNBA player. I don't even know the girl's name, but he's like, I'm going to call it Joanne Smith. Oh, and here's a 4-time All-Star, WNBA Joanne Smith, and they pan over to this black lady. He goes, "No, I'm just kidding. That's my wife's. That's my friend's wife."
Yeah,
I knew you guys didn't know anybody from the WNBA.
Ooh, but they do. Everybody knows Caitlin Clark now, and he did do some Caitlin Clark jokes too that were pretty funny.
Was it if Caitlin Clark retires from the WNBA, she's going to become a Waffle House employee?
Yeah,
do what she loves to do most.
Right? Yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude.
I mean, dude. He left it all out there, and I don't think he wrote all of them himself, but some of them he did. He'd say, "God, I wrote that one. My bad."
I love when he says a joke and he knows it's not landing, and he's just like, "That one sucked."
Yeah, that one was bad. Sorry about that. I apologize.
Oh man, so. Yeah,
all right.
Good news for the U.S. men's national team. We have the best soccer player in the world.
According to ESPN.
Ooh, I need to stop and share the next one because we need video.
Yeah, Austin Powerovich said, don't finish that joke. I almost stopped you from finishing it.
So, well, I mean, I'm quote tweeting here.
You're quoting.
I'm quoting.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So, Poach came in and he's laying down the law, saying, hey, no more golf trips, no more dining with the family.
Right. No more late nights with friends.
This is about soccer.
No more hookah bars.
About soccer.
No more hookah bars.
Yeah, no more hookah bars, but we can throw a pool party.
Yeah, but he can justify this because they're heading the ball.
Sometimes you just got to be a person.
Just got to be a person.
Enjoy in the pool, the sun, and just be a human.
Yeah, they got
I think, this tournament's been a grind. 5 weeks of, on the road, hotel.
Why are we doing a video of him in a bathtub?
Because he's
I
getting
understand, but
treatment. Is it treatment?
It is. It's all about recovery. He's talking about.
Okay.
And yeah, I know they're not doing very physical activity inside the pool. They're just chillaxing. But
so it's important to take care of your body.
You know what? Maybe you recover by playing 9 holes
a lot and under pressure a lot. So it's nice to just relax.
You're allowed to relax, but not at a hookah bar and not with your friends and not on the golf course. No dinners with family. So those are the rules. You're going to have to all kind of get in this tiny pool together and head the ball around.
The memorable part was the orgy.
Were you there, Jack, with your small package that I can somehow fit in my mouth? All right.
Oh, man. Let's see here. So we know
Jack will be here all week.
Hey, we know Adams came out and praised Paxton during the Gold Cup. But Max Arston was also praising a player at the Gold Cup.
Kevin Brenner. You got to put that up. I'm casting your show on a new 65-inch TV. Shit, you guys are not all that attractive this large.
Yeah. Why you playing me like that?
Oh, yeah. I'm an old man, so I don't even care. It's fucking hilarious. All right. It's true on my part.
We're only doing 720p, so I mean it's not the best graphics. If we're doing 4K or at least 1080, at least the top half of this area would be much better.
Yeah, let's not be offensive to Brett.
Yeah,
he's not 53. Come on.
So yeah, dude, Kevin, just call out Derek next time. Don't call me out.
That's good though. I like it. All right, and people say no one ever offends us on our show. Like that's so ridiculous. We just think they're funny though. So I don't know. I think I was talking to Will about that at one point. He's like, "How come nobody ever goes after you guys?" Oh, I'm like, they do. They do. They call us fat and ugly and all that. And he's like, "Oh, okay. I didn't know that." Yeah, they do. We got guys out there telling us to suck their schlongs. So there's that too. All right. What do we got here, Brad? I'm sorry.
Matt Arston, who's praising Johnny Cardoso.
Honestly, when I first got there, I'd never seen Johnny Cardoso play. Arston said, "God, he doesn't."
Don't worry, most of us have unless you watch him at Batiste.
Yeah, but it's on TV. You can watch it.
No. I'm just saying, unless you watch Batiste.
Yeah, I just knew he played in La Liga for Real Betis, so I didn't really know what to expect. But I was like, if he plays in La Liga, he's got to be good. And I remember the first week, he impressed me a lot just because I'd never really seen him play. Just the way he was on the ball in the midfield, his composure, the way he was able to keep possession, except for that game versus Turkey.
Yeah.
I just remember the first 2 weeks in Chicago, he impressed me the most. Well, that's good. I'm glad that people are saying that the guys that barely ever played in this tournament, like Paxton Aronson and now Johnny Cardoso, were the most impressive players at camp. Those are the two players that have been called out by other players so far as being exceptional in camp. Unfortunately for both of them, they barely played. And then for Johnny's case, he made a big oopsie.
Patrick played a lot during the Gold Cup.
Yes, he did.
And now he's on his way to England, and I guess we found his ceiling, his level. See, it looks like Patrick found his level. Yeah. He scored for England's women's team.
Yeah, they do have a player named Aljiman. I was shocked by that today. I kept hearing the name. I'm like, hold on.
It's almost as popular of a name as Muhammad. Read a book.
Is that like his sister? What the hell's going on here? Anyhow, I guess it's a pretty common name. I do like that one name of that one Swedish girl, Blackstenius. Blackstenius. Stenius.
Sounds like it's like an ancient Roman name almost.
It sounds like a Roman Caesar. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were doing fine until we ran into Caesar Blackstenius at Calvo. The battle was short, and we were quickly surrounded. All right.
All right. Let's see here. What we got next? We got one of these things. Let me find out where we're at. Here it is.
Do not panic. Do not panic. Cap them now. Cap them now. All right. For the 640 of you here already, make sure you like, subscribe, because it helps. And hit the like button. That's really important. But, share it with your grandma. Your grandma's about my age, probably, if you're in your 20s or so. Or 30s. Early 30s.
You know, Derek, it just dawned on me that we covered this on Monday.
Okay.
I got tagged in it again, but yeah, this is the kid that's qualified to play for U.S., Mexico, Canada, Uruguay. He's down playing in Uruguay.
All right. Well, the other big news that came out was that the Mexican youth team called up like 3 Mexican Americans on their team. So that reminds me of this. And one of them scored, or 2 of them scored. And that was a U17 game. So, Mexico not fucking around. They're calling in. They're calling in their dual nets. Well, we ignore our biggest one, Nathaniel Brown. So
yeah, we got transfer news of him later. Before we get to the transfer news, though, I wanted to cover stuff that has to do with the U.S. men's national team abroad.
Okay.
You sent this my way.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is the Golazo station.
Yeah, they got a lot of this wrong, and I sent you 4 slides to go along with it.
Yeah.
So
7 in the Premier, 7 in the Bundesliga, 4 in Serie A, 3 in Ligue 1.
Yeah.
3 in Championship. Well, that's horribly wrong right there.
Yeah.
2 in Eredivisie. What? Like healthy that can play, maybe? Wait, what?
There are a lot more in the Eredivisie. What are they doing?
This must have been after Malik left, I'm guessing.
No, they didn't do their homework.
There's more players than just a PSV.
Golazo needs to do their homework. This is really, really bad. So I created some lists so you could see who's really.
This is Bundesliga. They only had 7. I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I mean, come on. There's 10, not 7. And these aren't like just players that are out of contract. They're all in contract, and they're all in camp right now. You can't count to 10? Well, you can't go to transfer market and do this yourself?
It's easy to forget about Timmy. Timmy plays like 10 minutes a season.
How about this, Brett? Don't use your memory.
Yeah.
Use an actual source.
Yeah, Cole Campbell, he barely played for the senior. Well, he still played for the senior team, though.
He did.
Scroll up the list here. Kevin Brady's didn't play the entire season practically, so that's another easy forgetful.
Yeah, well, I point. You don't need to forget if you use the proper sources. The best source being for this transfer market.
EFL only had 3 players, apparently.
And if you are trying to follow the transfer season without using transfer market, you are screwing yourself because they have updates on all the rumors. They've got everything as they are signed. The deals are done. They pop up almost live time. It's crazy. Manuel does a great job there. I know he does. He's got a lot of people that he works for him to make this happen, make this possible. But if I ever have a question, this is who I go email. All right, or I text.
Yeah. So they said EFL had 3 people in there. So let's try to do the Golazo math here. Sargent's gone, so we don't count him.
Right.
But he's not technically gone, but he's going to be gone.
He will.
So we got Haji Wright. Damien Downs just moved there, so he doesn't count. Patrick Ajman just moved there. He doesn't count. Aiden Morris, Daryl DK, and Kelman was on loan to League 2.
Yeah, but they've all been in camp already. They're already all there. Josh Sargent was practicing yesterday for Norwich. They all count as currently being in the EFL.
I'm just trying to do Golazo math, Derek. No need to yell.
Dude, I don't care what kind of math you do. How you only get 3 when there are 7. is astonishing. Astonishing bad work by Golazo Network, which I am so used to when I have nothing else to watch. There's nothing else on, right? I've already watched Jimmy's show, which is probably the best show. Jimmy and Davies and Tony Miola. Those are the best guys. And they don't even get featured. When you go to Paramount and you go to their site, there is no special box just for Call It What You Want to click it and watch it. So
CBS needs Moses. Oh, you meant to say Mossy.
Mossy. Well, they need probably, yes, that would be a help. But they got one really good quality show, and they don't even play it on Paramount. You got to go to the YouTubes to watch it. I don't know what Jimmy did to somebody at CBS, but whatever show he's on, they refuse to let him either go on the show, because Tony's been on there a couple times. The Davies is always on there. Rarely is Jimmy ever on that show. Golazo.
But, I mean, Jimmy had maybe in his last time he was with us, and that was a couple of years back, but he had talked about during the whole black people talking about getting blackballed by U.S. soccer and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's possible that maybe Jimmy's blackballed and can't cover certain parts of the team. I don't know.
They bring him on occasionally.
He's been on the show occasionally, yeah.
Czar says Jimmy has a weird nervous energy that doesn't play well on TV broadcasts. Yeah, kind of. Like I get what you're saying there. I get that. So,
yeah, but I mean, there's the same concern with Roy Kent doing commentary, but people love that.
Yeah, but Jimmy's no Roy Kent.
Fair enough.
He's super nice.
He was, however, in the same room as Roy Kent at one point.
He's super nice, but if you trigger him, he will go off, as I have learned myself. He'll go off on you.
We've got 9
live on air.
Yeah, we've got 9 players in the EPL. I think they said 7. I think.
Yeah. Life that up too. Yep.
And here's
4 players for sure in Holland. Yeah. So hey, figure it out, guys. It's not 2. Like they must think the only team in Holland is PSV. That's all I can think of. And more sure to join. I'm guessing by the end of the window, we'll probably have 5 or 6, honestly, in Holland.
Possible. It's possible.
Yeah.
Transfer news, transfer news. Who's getting mounted on transfer news? Who's getting over on transfer news? Transfer news. Everyone loves that transfer news, but me. Whatever.
All right. For the nearly 700 of you here now, make sure that's a lot of people that you're liking this. I guess most of you are on Twitter. So, but I guess you could like it there too, couldn't you, Brett?
Good, yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
All right, and give your stepsister a kiss on the cheek for us. Watford was reportedly interested in signing St. Louis Cotty?
Cotty at City.
Okay. Mikey Joyner. Joyner has been one of the best players in MLS Next Pro this season, and he's already made his MLS debut. Sure. So Watford going to take a chance on him. Maybe, but maybe not. I don't know.
It's going to be dirt cheap for an option for them because he's playing with the Next Pro team.
Yeah.
How much is Watford really going to have to pull for that?
Not much.
He's playing. He's on contract regardless. I guess he's on the Next Pro team, so never mind. Well, no. Well, that doesn't make that. It's possible. And I don't know his age and everything like that. I could look that up, but Mikey might be with the academy team, just playing with the Next Pro team. It's always possible.
Either way, he's not going to cost any more than like $1.5 million at best. It's chunk change. If they do it, and again, this is from Youth Soccer Central. I'm not a big follower, so I don't know how much he gets right and how much he gets wrong.
So Mikey is 18 years old.
Oh my God. 18? And he's only just made his MLS debut. He's not like regularly on the team. 18, guys. I'm sorry. That's a grown ass man. 18.
Transfer market doesn't even have him with the market value.
Yeah, that's a grown ass man. 18 is, I'm sorry, 15, 16, 17. Okay. Yeah, still a Ute. 18's a man.
A Ute.
And if you're not already at 18,
What's a Ute?
at least getting a regular sniff from your MLS team, I don't know. Seems to me.
How do you make your debut for the actual first team, but not have an actual market value listed on there?
I don't know. Depends how buried he is in MLS Next Pro.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he's been one of the best players for them, but I mean, who watches that? Who watches MLS Next Pro? Like, if you think MLS numbers are bad, MLS Next Pro numbers are in the gutter. They're like, you got to go down 3 floors below the Earth's crust to find anybody who watches that on a regular basis, except for the parents and the friends of the players themselves.
Ivan's asking if Heath Pierce got blackballed because he just vanished one day. He's doing his own podcast with for MLS at this point, I believe.
Doesn't he call MLS games? He did for a year. Call MLS games.
Yeah. I know he's working with MLS now. But I don't know the whole backstory between him and Call It What You Want. What you really, really want.
Yeah, he just kind of disappeared and they barely talked about it. They didn't go, yeah, we want to wish Heath Pierce our very best for contributing this show for 2 years.
It was done one day and Brian McBride showed up.
And then he got canned immediately. Brian McBride showed up for a test run. That went so poorly. He did 2 shows and he never came back again. Obvious reasons.
They got too many complaints for confusing Brian McBride for a shark because he has no whites of his eyes.
He doesn't, but he also said so-and-so was our best right back. Like, of all our right backs. What's his face?
Moore.
Shaq Moore. That one was the one people trashed him for. Hey, dude, if you think Shaq Moore is our best right back, he's better than Dest? Really? Wow. Okay. All right. How do you pull up lists of Americans on Transfer Market? You got to fuck around a little bit. You can figure it out. Just there are lots of buttons, and I know they're all there. I couldn't tell you how to do it just sitting here without it being right in front of me. But there's a whole rumors and transfers button, and then you can select country, and it'll organize all of them by country, by nationality. Even the dual nats will be in there too. If they got an American flag in their description, Transfer Market has got it. One of the best sites and tools you will ever use if you want to follow the transfer seasons, especially now as we're getting deep into crazy season. Yeah, that's the best place to be. Thank you, Manuel Veit, for that site. It is a gem. And it's only gotten better as time's gone on.
Spencer says advanced player search is what he uses.
That's a great one to use too, Spencer. Yeah.
So Columbus crew forward as Johnson was on his way to Poland.
Isn't his name Aziel or something? Aziel?
I have no idea.
He goes by Az? Capital A-Z? Or is this just the lazy version of writing his name down?
Zay Jackson?
I was under the impression his name was Aziel Jackson, but maybe his middle name is a Z as well.
Aziel, it is.
Anyhow, he's on his way to Poland. That's a lateral move as hell.
Yeah.
Very lateral. In some cases, worse.
Yeah, I was going to say some cases.
I mean, the bottom of the Polish league is pretty trash.
And you're leaving the crew.
Well, he wasn't playing.
Oh, that's a possibility. I didn't even think about that, to tell you the truth.
You know?
I just assume if you have an option to go abroad that you're playing.
Yeah. He's not playing enough in his eyes. He's not playing enough, so he's leaving.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Poland is not a great step up from MLS. Not going to lie, says Edgar. Yeah, he's right. It's not really.
No.
Hey, you're in Europe. You will get eyeballs on you, though. Right? You will get eyeballs. There are people, and if that team somehow makes the Champions League the year after, maybe they're already in Europa League. I don't know. I know that team, but I don't know. I haven't looked at how the Polish table ended last season. I haven't looked. All right.
This is the guy we haven't contacted yet.
Here's a guy we haven't called.
You know who has called him? Milan.
Milan.
Has called him.
Well, they're monitoring him.
Yeah.
You know,
They
they're
reached out and said, hey, you.
we're ogling you from a distance.
Yeah.
Well,
his current contract expires in 2030. God, that's gonna be a hefty purchase.
it will be a hefty purchase. Yeah. And, you know, for a player that's good, that so many people are ogling, other clubs are ogling, we simply are not. And I am getting really sick, Brett, of these people are like, well, how do you know he wants to play for us? Because he's been asked directly about it. And he's never said, I don't want to play for the United States. Never. He says, right now, I'm focused on my club and playing for the youth teams in Germany because that's all that's been offered me so far. Have you ever been contacted by U.S. Soccer? No. No one from U.S. Soccer has ever contacted me. This is of, 6 months ago? 8 months ago, whatever it was. Has the situation...
It was before the Nations League.
March?
I think it's like November.
Could something have changed since then? Yes. But since not a single person in the media, mainstream soccer media, has approached anyone at U.S. Soccer, whether it be the turd in the background or the actual coach or, well, I mean, I don't even know where you find Betty Crocker at this point or how much he's even available to the media. But somebody got asked this question. Hey, have you heard of Nathaniel Brown? And do you think, have you contacted him? He seems like a really good player at Frankfurt. And then we would get an answer from Poach. No, it's not no contact. No, we don't. I mean, I can only imagine what his answer is going to be. I don't know what his answer is going to be because no one has asked a fucking question. It's a great thing to ask Lawless when he comes on and says, Brian, Lawless isn't really one of the guys that shows up at media day. But if he ever does get an interview with Poach, you would hope we will push that on him. We will push that on him. If he gets an interview with Poach, which he hasn't got yet, we'd like him to ask that question. I've already reached out to Brian Schroeder and asked him to ask the question. I sent a message to Stephen Goff, and said, Stephen, if you get a chance, please ask Poach this question. We'll see if they do. I've done my part. I am not invited to these. So I've reached out to people I know in the media and asked them to do it.
Do you think it's possible? And I'm going on a limb here because obviously he's getting more and more time at Frankfurt, and he's still being pursued by the under-21s, I believe, right, with Germany?
Yes.
Do you think
He's
it's
been playing
possible
with them.
that he told U.S. Soccer no, and U.S. Soccer just doesn't want to announce it?
Well,
so they just avoid all conversations that might have to do with a potential left back alternative or left wing alternative.
Then you would say in the media as a response, we have reached out to him. Right now, he's not ready to make a decision on the big boy national teams. So for now, he's going to continue to play on the youth team in Germany. And when he feels more comfortable with his decision or what he wants to do, we've asked him to reach back out to us. But we have to move on. That is a perfectly fine thing to say.
Yeah.
He's a young player. He's really young. He's young and he's not ready to make the decision quite yet. That's perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Why not be honest? Or you say, yes, we have reached out to him. No comment. We don't really want to comment on where we are with our conversations with him right now. That's perfectly fine as well. At least let us know. Yeah. You know he exists. That's all I'm saying.
You know, there is a young player that's about to join Brown at Frankfurt right now who has made the decision to rep the United States over Iceland. That's Cole Campbell.
Yeah. Well, yes. Kind of different situations because I do think that there is a chance Nathaniel Brown might be good enough one day to play for the German national team. I don't think that's the case with Cole Campbell. Timothy Park says, get Goff on the show. Well, you'll have to rewind about 13 years ago.
Wait. You don't think that's the case with Cole Campbell?
Cole Campbell's got no chance of playing for the German national team.
He's not eligible to play for the German national team.
You meant Iceland. Sorry, god damn it. Yeah. I got a little confused there.
I was like, wait a second. Are we talking about the same guy?
Is Iceland going to make the World Cup every time?
Not every time, no.
No. I think he also has a pretty good connection to the United States. So I don't think there was a whole lot of convincing there done by Bacon to get him to change his mind there. I think he's pretty ready to change his mind.
I wonder if some of those talking points may have been put into his head at that point by Bacon. Hey, I switched from Iceland to the United States. I enjoyed the switch. I went to a World Cup. But in that time period, how many World Cups did Iceland go to?
Mm-hmm.
Done.
We might want to tell people who Bacon is. I'm sure there are a lot of new people on this show tonight.
We got a diverse crowd of what is it, like 18 to 24-year-olds, and then we have like the 35 to like 50-year-olds.
Yes.
It's a wide variety. We got some young adults, and we got some old fogies like us.
So Bacon used to play for Werder Bremen. His real name is
Aaron Johansson.
Yes.
I had to think about the last name for a second.
I know.
Like
because he looks just like Kevin Bacon. He literally, they are the same person practically. Okay. Dortmund are expected between 6 and 7 mil for Cole Campbell and his move to Stuttgart, but it's likely any transfer would be less. Okay. Well, you're actually going to a really good team. Stuttgart's not a shitty team. So it will be a battle for him to get regular playing time, but we will see what happens. Good point by John. Cole Campbell has an American accent. He obviously spent a good part of time in the United States, where he learned his English around his father. So there you go. Although I learned my English around my mother, and when I moved to the United States, people used to make fun of me because I had a German accent. So it all depends on which one of your parents you're learning English from. My dad was working and out in the field and driving tanks around. So for the U.S. Army. So I didn't get to see them sometimes for weeks and weeks at a time. They were out in the field playing war games. Okay. That was back in the old Iron Curtain days, right? When the United States and Russia could go to, or the Soviet Union could go to war. NATO versus, Russia, the bloc there at any time. Tough times. All right. That's all I got on Cole. I don't know what you got, but.
Well, I'm just quickly pulling up his transfer market here because they said Dortmund's expecting 6 to 7 million for him. Cole Campbell's current market value is 1.5 mil.
Yeah, it's hefty.
I mean, they are definitely aiming for the stars there, hoping that hey, this kid's got talent. We might use him in the future.
I mean, they're lucky to get 6 or 7 million for Gio Reyna.
Yeah,
who's played significant seasons for Dortmund before injury.
And the national team,
And our national team. And they want the same amount. Well, actually, you can only imagine what they want for Reyna. I'm guessing well into the 12s and 14s. And they're expecting 6 to 7. I don't know if I should believe this report. I don't know this guy, Get German Football News. I don't know him. I don't know how accurate he is.
But he also says, but it's likely transfer would be less, which nobody's going to pay 6 or 7 million.
No, they're not.
A guy who's been horrifically untested at this point.
Right. He's played handful of games for Dortmund.
Not even he's played in a handful of games, sure.
Right. I mean, unless you're just going on his Dortmund 2 season. And by the way, the Dortmund 2 team got relegated. So now they're going to be playing even in a lower league, which is not going to test their 2 players at all. So a lot of the 2 players want to abandon ship right now. Hey, I am not playing in the fucking German 4th division. All right. Not doing it.
Yeah. Sorry, there's some musical noise or something going on here. All right.
Upstairs?
Moving on, though.
All right.
Yeah.
Florian Plettenberg. he can be kind of reliable. I think. I don't remember reading anything he put out where I was like, what an idiot. I don't remember ever thinking that. So, but I'm sure he's fucked up. We've all fucked up before.
I feel like I recognize that face, and I feel like we did pull him up one time recently, but I couldn't tell you what it was about.
Yeah.
Maybe it was all praise. Maybe we're like, oh, this is great reporting here. I don't know.
Yeah. Tyler Meiser to Borussia Mönchengladbach is a done deal. Hey, by the way, Tact is pretty getting good at that Borussia Mönchengladbach thing. Like, he can say it almost without stuttering now. 18-year-old talented center back, one of the biggest talents of his age group in his position in Germany. He's already signed a professional contract with Borussia Mönchengladbach after the total agreement with Dortmund. Meiser is expected to be given opportunities in the new season to prove himself with the first team. From 26-27 season onwards, he is planned to be permanently part of the senior squad. I mean, this is all great if true.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like Gladbach they're like perennial, have mid-table and better. I mean, there are occasions where they struggle, but they're not going down, and it's a good place to learn your trade. And as we learned with Joe Scally, they'll play young players.
Well, and I was about to say it too. Historically speaking, obviously Dortmund are known for playing young players, but there's two positions that's not necessarily true. One's goalkeeper, the other one's center back.
And the other one, unless you're talking about Holland, is striker. Holland was the exception to that rule. They like to get more experienced guys to play striker, center forward. Yeah.
Then have all the young guns run up and down the pitch and just put balls to them.
Exactly. So they like to have the spine of the team old. So that would be your central midfielder, your center forward, your center backs, and your goalkeeper. They don't like those to be young, but everybody else, they want like little chicken. Well, that used to be how it was until what's-his-face ran the team for a couple of years. And they
not too cool.
No, it's a guy after two. Yeah.
Starts with a T, I think.
But yeah, I've already forgot his name. Anyhow, I know. God, we're old. So yeah. So on occasion, now we don't see as many. Look at how little. Maybe he was injured, but Gittins, I don't think he played that much even in this Club World Cup, but he's on the roster.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely was injured for a decent spell, I think, if I recall correctly. But
I don't think he was for the Club World Cup because I swear to God he was in every lineup and never played. Or he maybe got a few minutes here and there. But I do remember seeing his name in the rosters and on the bench. And I'm like, well, I haven't seen him play the whole tournament. At least I don't remember seeing him play.
Was he transferred?
No, I think he's still on the team.
Alex says he's at Chelsea. Brian says
Gittins left.
Gittins left.
Oh, well, I missed that. Okay. I mean, I don't really follow the English national team players, but
yeah, they're using the new Bellingham. Job. Is it Job?
Yeah, I mean, Job played good chunks of minutes there. So they like the Bellinghams a lot. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, let's talk about Gio some here.
Okay, before we do, the 800 of you here now, make sure you like, subscribe, share it with your grandma. Really helps when you do that. I'm guessing most of you are on Twitter, which is crazy. But hey, that's the way things go these days. But we do appreciate you showing up tonight and hanging out with us. All right, Scuffed.
Scuffed posted somebody question. I read the first few paragraphs.
Hey, our buddy Samrock.
I didn't realize it was damn. Wasn't paying attention. But he's like, hey, I read the first couple paragraphs. Absolutely nothing to do about speed data until the paywall. So Scuffed pulled up some clips here of the article.
Right.
So I don't know if you're an average attacking midfielder who's played at least 270 minutes in Bundesliga this season.
Can you pull that up a little bit bigger once you get down to the bullet points?
Here's what you'll do across the average 90 minutes match. You'll reach a maximum of speed of 30.8 kilometers per hour. You'll accelerate at a rate of 3 meters per second squared, 3 meters per second squared, 43 times.
What times? You'll decelerate at the same rate at 48.5 times. I'll finish this. Your run at a high speed between 20 kilometers an hour and 25 kilometers an hour, 83.6 times. And you'll sprint at the speed of 25 kilometers an hour or more, 18.5 times. But if you're Gio Reyna, here's what you've done. Yeah, all of it's slow. All of it sucks. All of it makes it look like, compared to the average player in the Bundesliga, he's not working hard enough. So,
well, we've talked about this a lot. And I know Larry's usually in the chat talking about how Gio's slow as shit.
Yeah.
That he's like the slowest person in the Bundesliga outside of like one goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Or something like that. But yeah, I mean, the kid doesn't really sprint around.
No.
He does move to open spaces and continues just to keep moving around. So I mean, it depends, and that worked with the Gladbach of old. A lot of 1-2 play touches, constant movement. It wasn't not necessarily about sprinting up and down the pitch unless you're Holland. Holland was sprinting up and down the pitch.
I mean, if your team really has a lot of possession too, you're not going to be sprinting a whole lot, unless they're on the counter attack, you're going to get a bunch of sprinting. And Dortmund really not a counter-attacking team. It kind of reminds me of the time they put a camera on Zidane and had a mic on him or a tracker on him for the whole one World Cup game. And it was so boring. Like half the game, he was just walking around. So this isn't necessarily on its own a condemning argument about why he's not playing or performing. But there could be things we don't know about behind the scenes that maybe there is something physically wrong with him. Maybe he's afraid to run.
Yeah, all that could be effect. And I'm going to say Andy, but brings a point I was going to make. You know, Messi just walks around as well. Mind you, does a lot more nowadays because he's like 38 fucking years old. However, he talked about how in the game, it would be better if more people walked around and looked than just run. Mm-hmm. I'm paraphrasing the quote, of course. Mm-hmm. And the fact that basically the sports become where it's just a track meet of up and down, instead
Some
of
games.
reading the game, moving around, finding those open pockets.
Yeah.
And, I would say Messi's, acceleration and sprint speed is still faster than what Gio's shown here. But then again, Gio's not necessarily making those runs into that box and finding those. They play different positions first and foremost, but
right. Messi's a master of finding the pocket.
Yeah.
And he'll walk into it. So, but he's the master of knowing where to be to get open. Yeah, listen, there's definitely something wrong here. And we've talked about in the past because interview with Zalalem after his injuries. And he's like, yeah, I just didn't trust my legs ever again. Gooch said the same thing after his injury. Never trusted my leg again. Never put as much exertion into it ever again because I was just waiting for it to pop again. Maybe we're here. And maybe that's where we're at with Gio.
I don't know if I've ever considered the hamstring issue. And I know that obviously the hamstring can just go at any point.
It'll pop too. Yeah.
But I mean, I've only ever heard that reasoning, the mental block reasoning happening because of your knees, not necessarily your hammy. But that's not to say it couldn't, because again, like I said, at any point that hammy, you can just go, you're like, ah.
I've heard it on two other things, hamstring and Achilles. Aaron Long just popped his Achilles again, and now he's out for the rest of the season. So, and it looked like when he came back from the first Achilles pop, he was afraid to run like he used to too. Like we said it here, we're like, this ain't the same Aaron Long. I'm sorry, this is not the speed. Like he was a fast center back, and then he wasn't that fast anymore, and he had a real hard time cutting side to side for that first year after coming back. And now I think he finally was getting back to being himself, and boom, it pops again.
Yeah.
So Achilles, hamstring, knee, ACLs. Yeah. So could be he's just.
It's also another thing to consider is that he might have be looking at this going like, I'm getting such limited playing time. There's no better concoction of re-injuring myself than to not play for a couple of games and then go out for like 10 minutes and sprint around like an idiot. And at that point, you might just immediately pop it again. But consistent playing time is probably the best cure to cure any form of mental block when it comes to injury like that.
There was that part of the Dortmund season where he played a couple games in a row. Started.
Yeah.
And he looked meh. He didn't look.
Good.
I mean, he wasn't bad. He wasn't losing the ball. But he wasn't really engaged in the play because the play all went down the wings. I mean, and he was just standing in the middle of the park as they kept going on the left and on the right, but mostly down the left side. And the only way he got it sometimes is he moved from the center behind the attack on the left, and they'd end up get cornered and pass it back to him, and then he had to recycle the ball. Like, I don't think the way Dortmund played last season is really conducive to his skill set, which is a CAM who picks up the ball and makes a through ball pass, or, not going to blow by people, but he'll dribble past you.
Everybody's been playing that clip from the Mexico Nations League game where he dribbled like 7 Mexican players and then missed a shot because it deflected off of somebody. Or maybe he got stuck. I'm not sure. But,
it's a great run. But, I mean,
in slow motion, man, that was a gorgeous run. And you know what? During that time period, he didn't sprint the entire time.
No, he didn't. He was not sprinting that whole time. That's his sort of languid run, but not a sprint. And he still blew by 7-6 Mexican players.
Mm-hmm.
So is that guy completely gone? Are you telling me that dude somewhere in there isn't still there? I think it is. I think the player that provided Haji Wright with 2 assists, that guy's gone. That wasn't even that long ago.
It's weird though, because when the U.S. rely on him, he shows up. But then when he gets bit minutes coming in or played out of position as one of the holding, it's not there.
Poach played him for 10 minutes. He's pretty feisty.
I thought that a lot of people discredit that 10 minutes. I thought he looked good in it.
I thought he was fine.
I mean, it didn't really amount to much. But I mean, him and Fossey connected a couple times down the pitch.
Yeah.
He was getting in on tackles and really laying into some players. So I don't know. I thought it was good. I thought it was a good.
Listen, I mean, at this point, all of us who said, and by the way, Brett and I never said this, that Gio Reyna is the best American player of all time. The furthest we ever went is we think Gio could be.
He's got the biggest potential.
He has the biggest ceiling for his position that I've ever seen in my life. But again, we know because, well, I know from my own experience with Zelalem, who I saw very young and thought, this is something we've never had. Then all the injuries piled up. And then he was never the player he was supposed to be coming out of Arsenal. But you get your ass bit, and that's why Brett and I never say things like, oh, this is a sure thing. He's going to be the best player ever. We don't say anything like that because we've learned our lesson going back. Well, me less than Brett, because I was on Zelalem, and I should have known better even at the time. So, all right.
Keyshawn with the Freudian slip here. Gio plays like a classic 0.
I don't think it's quite that bad.
Well, he immediately corrected and said 10. But
yeah, okay. I was going to say. He does. And the other problem with being a 10 nowadays, there are a lot of teams that don't play 10s. A lot of them don't.
Mm-hmm.
So where are you going to end up? You're going to end up on the
wing. It really
wing.
limits the options, right?
Yeah. Or you're going to end up having to play a box-to-box center midfielder in a lot of teams. And if he goes to Parma, which is what the talk's all about right now, he's going to have to play some defense.
Derek, that's not all the talks. You're jumping the gun here, okay? I've got a whole narrative pulled up here to talk about, and you're skipping slides 7, 8, 9, jumping right to 20. So just
all right, no, I'm just providing a preview, Brett.
Yeah,
a preview
because BBB News Blog said about a week ago or so, most likely scenario, Gio Reyna is transferred to MLS.
But we warned you then about
LAFC.
this guy. This guy has gotten so much shit wrong about Reyna. It was like 3 years ago, he said that Reyna will never play for Dortmund again. He is out.
He has no future with Dortmund, I think is the exact
yes.
word.
And
he could come back and say, look, I told you he's leaving Dortmund. But
that was 3 years ago he said it.
Yeah.
Right? So, obviously, he's played a lot of games since then. Not a lot, not as many as we'd all like, but they didn't give up on him. We gave you the real plan Dortmund had for Reyna, which was they're going to hold on to him. They're going to try to play him this season. And if they can find a way to get him going again, they were hoping to recoup their money so they could sell him for the maybe 30 million or at least 25 million. Well, they tried. He got a couple of games where he started and he was kind of meh, not bad, but not really a game changer. And he got yanked. And then they've been playing. He got handfuls of minutes after that. And now they've decided, well, we give up. We better take, I don't know. They can't honestly think they're going to get any more than 10 million for him. Honestly, 6 at best. But anyhow, that whole thing, as you said, was bullshit.
BV News Blog says, hey, there's concrete evidence saying that he's going to LAFC. Let's hear what Mr.
Bogert says, hold my beer.
Yeah, sources told me there's nothing to that at the moment. There's no active talks. There was either the agent reached out to the club and had just an initial thing, almost a month ago or maybe 3 weeks ago. And since then, there's been absolutely no communication. There's nothing to this at the moment. I have no idea where Gio Reyna is going to go. This is something that could have made sense, but unfortunately, there's nothing to it right now.
Okay, BVB, whatever. You keep
concrete is an indication of agent called and said, hey, are you interested?
Yeah. Do not trust this, whatever this name is. VVV, what? Podcast?
Newsblog.
Blogcast? Don't trust that guy. He's been wrong for 3 years straight. If he posts something, he's just trying to get clicks. Is he blue check?
He's blue, yeah.
Of course. When I post something, I am not blue checked. I'm not making a penny from what I post. Not a single penny.
And I keep telling Derek he should just get on the straight red card and start posting there from now on.
And I don't need the attention. I'm just telling you because I got a back seat going on some things. And so I get stuff. And if I post it, it ain't bullshit because I am not going to embarrass myself. All right? Period. I hate being wrong. And I hate having to go back and apologize for getting something wrong. Something I haven't had to do yet. And I'm not going to start anytime soon. All right.
Stack says, my conspiracy theory was right. The agent is just using LAFC as leverage to negotiate with some clubs in Europe. I'm expecting Gio Reyna to stay in the Bundesliga.
I don't really know if he's using it as leverage. I think when a guy like BVB puts that shit out, I don't think he's trying to help Reyna. I think he's trying to get clicks. I doubt he's even talked to the agents. I doubt he knows shit dick. He just putting it up there, and people see BVB and they think it's somehow associated with the team, which it is not, and they fall for it. So,
I wouldn't be surprised if the agent passed along some news to somebody to spread the news.
You know what?
In hopes that it's going to drum up interest with other clubs because all of a sudden Gio's getting in the news. So,
but Brett. If you were his agent, wouldn't you do a better job than LAFC? Wouldn't you do a better job? Wouldn't you maybe some mid-table English Premier League team or lie about another Bundesliga team or lie about AC Milan or lie about something? PSV would be better. No, you're going to lie about LAFC? I don't think his agent would leak LAFC. I don't think that he would leak something better than that. That's such a step in the wrong direction for his total. I mean, if he wants to move forward and eventually play in Europe, which is what he wants to do. This whole thing about him, oh, by the way, this is to tack. I am expecting Gio Reyna to stay in the Bundesliga. I hate to break it to him, but his agent did say this in the media and the press. He does not want to play in Germany. For whatever reason.
people kept bringing that up, and I'm like, was it Gio that said it, or was it the agent that
His
said
agent. His agent.
So, yeah, why would you say something like that out loud?
Stupidity.
I mean, do you think the other Bundesliga teams that might have been interested were like, well, then fuck off?
Maybe he hates bratwurst and German food. I don't know. But I would say to him, German food changes. Like different regions of Germany have different food, dude. So don't just get hung up on what food you've been eating in Dortmund, if that's your issue. Because, we've already heard McKennie and Weah don't like Italian food that much. It's all the same. Yeah. It changes. All right, Julian, Viva, say Julian, hope you're good. $4.99. Why doesn't anyone in Europe want Diego Luna? I have a feeling he'll be an MLS lifer. There's a reason no club in Europe wants him. We did hear some rumors about
wasn't
Luna.
Batiste?
Yes.
Wasn't Batiste one of the options? I think the teams are going to come scouting or come looking at Luna, especially if he's going to continue to get U.S. men's national team call-ups. The issue is right now, as it stands, is he's signed with Real Salt Lake through 2028.
Yeah.
Real Salt Lake's in no hurry to sell him right now.
No, they're not.
And they're going to be like, show me the money.
Or is it Celta Vigo?
Celta Vigo. Thank you, Brian.
There we go.
Right.
Thank you, Brian's right. Yep. Yeah, that's one problem. The other problem, there are a couple problems with Luna. One, he is extremely unique. Like, I can't really name another player that's Diego Luna like. Like, if you're looking for a lot of these managers in Europe are looking for a specific type of player to fill a role. What role does he fill? He fills kind of like a 10-ish role that can hang out wide but likes to creep inside. Yes, but he's so unique in the way he does it. And people will look at him and think he's small, but he's a bulldog. So they might misrepresent what they're seeing there. Maybe they'll look at the stats and his size and go, oh, he's a tiny guy. No, not really. He's stocky as hell. Right?
I think his performances with the U.S. men's national team are going to be the biggest selling point in the end.
I think that helps him. It is kind of amazing that, there are other players getting sniffs of offers, but not Luna, who was probably one of the better players outside of Tillman and Richards in this window. I think he'll get some offers, but I think, as you put it, the people who are interested are going to find out that RSL are not letting him go for cheap at all.
Daniel says the bid was around $6 million.
You would think RSL would take that if Luna's agent pushed it, but I don't know. You can push all you want sometimes, and MLS is just like, no, you ain't going.
I mean, I know the EFL. I know England's got the money and everything like that, but I mean, obviously Patrick fits the EFL mold than say somebody like Luna probably would. However, Patrick is looking for 8 plus $2 million, and if Daniel's correct on this, they're saying Luna's bid, I think Luna was obviously significantly better than Patrick in the Gold Cup.
Yeah.
Is only getting bids for $6 million. It seems a little strange, and I think his height is going to hinder him from really being a contender for an EFL or EPL side.
Yeah, let's not lie to ourselves. Like Messi is a standout. There are other small players, but the trend going forward has been bigger and bigger players, and he's on the small side. Although I hope they realize he's kind of a bulldog too. We'll see what happens here. Now, he'll need to continue to be consistent and perform well for RSL, which he did not last night. I watched the RSL game live. I watched it specifically to watch Luna, and he had a rough game. So he's going to have to pick that up and be more consistent. And, that's always been kind of the battle with Luna. He's becoming more consistent, but sometimes he disappears, and it's not all his fault usually. So there's that. Oh, shit. All right. Jeff Carey for $4.99. Derek, Tack said that you're a good source. I did see that. Somebody sent that to me. His YouTube show yesterday, I think it was. And he thinks you have a pretty beard and lovely lips. I don't know about that, buddy. By the way, I barely have lips.
I was gonna say you have the whatever, like the Polish type of lips, like the really closed lips.
Purse? They call those.
Yes,
purse
that's
lips?
a great description. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I have very small lips. My bottom lip's got some girth, but the front top one's barely there. Barely.
Well, for the most part, us North folk have tightly, closed lips. You know why? Because it gets fucking cold up north.
Oh yeah. And
people who got big lips up north, especially back in the day in the medieval times and stuff like that, you got chapped to shit, and
frostbite.
Yeah, uncomfortable, and you just So you got to keep that shit. You grow your beard, you keep that shit closed.
It's an evolution thing.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I thought I had a bug hit me in my neck there a second ago. I was like, what the fuck is that?
But
all right,
like we were talking about, we're still talking about Gio here. Good news. BVB news blog was wrong. Because it looks like, obviously we know it was wrong because Booger said it too. He said, hey, no. LAFC said no go on this.
Right.
But apparently Parma's offering $6 million plus bonuses to Dortmund.
Hey, they got good food in Parma.
Yeah. Although don't ask Weah and Bikini.
They probably never
don't have good foods.
I don't think they've ever eaten Parma before, honestly. Some
Been
great
Parma to play, so imagine
great dishes in Parma. All right. I'm gonna let you read that for a second. I'm gonna blow my nose.
Parma's offering Gio a 3-year contract plus an option for another and a 25 million euro release clause. I'm guessing that release clause is in case they get relegated.
Yeah. Take it. Take the deal.
But BVB News Blog comes out and says, hey, Parma offered 6 million euros plus bonuses to Dortmund. Offered it to Dortmund, who are asking for a little bit more.
Not surprising they're asking for a little more, which is why the 6 is going to have some bonuses attached to it.
Yeah.
Would be my guess to make it closer to like 8 or 10. But
he played 270 minutes for you last season, Dortmund. If he plays 300 for us, you'll get $2 million.
Yeah. Like people are always asking for like this definitive number. Like until the deal is done, there is no definitive number.
Somebody brought up a very interesting possibility. And I never really thought about this as far as the transfer was concerned. But why not like lower the transfer to practically nothing, but then just say, hey, we get a hefty sell-on clause.
Because they've lost faith.
If you say, hey, PSV, we'll sell you Dortmund for $1 million. And 2-3 years down the way, if you sell them for $25 million, then we're going to get 40% of that, 50% of that, or whatever.
Yeah. No, that means you have complete faith that that player is not going to get injured. They're going to succeed, and they're going to move up and get sold. I mean, if you're Dortmund at this point with his injury history, you're kind of like, I'm not betting on that because he could pull that hammy again.
Yeah.
So, or it might not work out. But isn't Parma owned by an American? We can look that up. I thought so. I thought they were. I could be wrong.
The owner. Kyle Krause.
Yeah,
He's
okay.
an American entrepreneur.
Yeah. So
purchased him back in 2020. Thank you, COVID.
That's like the Texter rescuing Turner thing. This might be another American at Parma rescuing Reyna. And I think they've made a very reasonable offer if this is true. And I'm not saying it's true based on this turd. I'm basing it on the other report you had from DiMarzio, which he is quoting. So, don't trust this guy.
But apparently Parma's not stopping at just Gio, because Edgar says not the only American they want. They want Freeman and Klinsmann.
Wow. That's going very American by Parma.
Par-American.
Yeah, going to be Par-America. Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't go after Klinsmann. He had a fucking great season in Serie B last season. A lot of people talking about him as somebody we should have called up for this recent window, at least as a third choice.
Did his team get promoted?
I thought so.
I thought so too.
You might want to look at Cecina. I don't know. I forgot. I mean, I knew at one point. Now I don't remember. because we talked about it on the show.
Cecina?
Yeah.
They're in 7th.
Okay, so they didn't make it.
Well, I guess I have to check the playoffs on that, actually.
Yeah, you would. You would. But I thought they lost.
I think they did, too.
I thought they were in the playoffs and they lost. But then I thought there were a bunch of Serie A teams that were like kind of, as his dad said, looking at him.
Just got to look at the chat. No, they're not.
There we go. They stayed down. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep, thank you. So they did stay down. We couldn't even remember a conversation about it. That's sad. But Klinsmann, his dad, Jurgen was talking about now. Jonathan has all these other teams interested in him in Serie A. So apparently there are other teams interested. One of them being Parma. Freeman. I don't think he's leaving MLS anytime soon because his team has already said they're not selling.
Well, Orlando City are focusing on extending his contract rather than transfer talks.
Right. They want to keep him. They don't think he's yet ready for prime time. They think he should stay a couple more years and then leave.
I'm not even sure Orlando City really cares about if he's prime time or not, but they're just they see promise and they see the dollar signs.
Now, I heard
what it could pan out to.
I mean, if somebody comes with an absolutely ridiculous deal, they will take it. But that ain't coming. Based on, did Freeman show promise that he's got some attributes that he could build on? Absolutely. Is he ready for Serie A this minute? No.
No, of course not.
No, he's not yet ready. I think Sebastian Berhalter is way more ready to move to Serie A.
He's got a couple more years under his belt, though. So, yeah.
I mean, yes, he's way more mature. He knows his game. He knows his limitations. He knows what he can do. He's a great set piece taker. He could, for a lower middle table team in Serie A, I think he would be quite refreshing for them.
I think McGlynn had interest in Scotland and somewhere else, maybe Spain, before he got sold to Houston. Quinn Sullivan, I was getting higher and higher on this kid before the Gold Cup window. And then Gold Cup came, and I'm just like, I see things, but he's got a lot of work to go.
Yeah, more maturity still to go. Jack McGlynn, I think he's got a rocket of a left foot. And I think the problem with him there is unless you can find a spot for him in the midfield where he really needs to be, you can't play him out wide like that. I mean, if other teams are thinking, well, I want to play him out wide so he can cut in and hammer that left foot shot, that's going to work for about like a couple weeks until the whole league figures out that's his move, right? And then it's not going to work.
It's unfortunately it's the Cade Cow, but on the right-hand side now, right?
Yeah. All right, Chris. Look at you.
Hard Cox FC won Gio. Manager Dixon Sider is a huge fan. Apparently it's a club in Belgium.
Sure it is. Sure it is. Never heard of that team. I'm pretty sure if I heard of the term team Hardcocks FC, we would have mentioned it on this show already because that is a great name.
Yeah. All right. We've talked about Josh Sargent before and a little bit today already. Before we start talking about his potential move here, I got to ask Derek, did you purposely go on there and find the blurriest fucking photo ever? Somehow did you manage to figure out how to screen cap your Vaseline camera on your screen?
So
how did you do this?
I was driving around doing errands when I got the phone call. And I'm like, I got to get this out right away. I don't have much time. So I just kind of juggling around, found the first photo I could find with a Wolfsburg symbol on it, just to quickly get this out. And I got the phone call and I put it out like 10 minutes after I got the phone call. So,
Josh Sargent has more top flight goals than pixels in this photo.
But on my phone, I could not tell that it was this poor of a photo. I'm sorry, I couldn't.
Colin's probably right. You probably didn't wait for it to load all the way, and that has happened before. Where you go and like on the computer, it'll start loading. You right click and hit copy. It'll copy it at whatever quality it is. It seems like.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's it. I think I was looking at my phone and I could not tell how poor the quality was. So I copied and pasted.
I guess if you back up and you look from a distance or you squint your eyes, you can tell it's Josh. But man, that's brutal, buddy.
Well, make it smaller and you can tell it is him. Make it way smaller. Way smaller, like how big it was on my phone. There you go. A little bigger than that. It wasn't that small. A little bigger, a little bigger, a little bigger. That's about how big it was on my phone. All right. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, that'll work. And I clicked on it and pasted it in. And then I got home and looked at it and I'm like, damn.
Awful.
That is awful. I will never make another post from my phone again.
To be frank, Derek has a flip phone.
I got.
It's funny that the flip phones are actually coming back.
I know. Actually, I know this is sad. I got an 8. So
I've got an 8.
Yeah, I'm way behind. I'm well aware of it.
Yeah, I went in to get a new phone. I'm like, dude, I didn't get a new phone when I transferred over to Xfinity. So I'm like, well, and I started thinking, I'm like, what are other options? I mean, I can get like, I want to get away from iPhone first and foremost. But problem is I keep getting iPhone deals or I keep getting free iPhones for people. Soon I will join the Android market.
Well, here's what I did. I went in when I bought mine. I'm like, I don't want one of those gigantic ass phones. I don't want one of those. Do they still make one that's kind of small that'll easily fit in my pocket, like this size? I don't want one of those ones that my parents have. They're like twice the size of this. I don't want it because I carry my pocket around a lot. Yeah, I don't want that. And they're like, yeah, oh yeah, they still got one that's small. It's called the iPhone 8.
I'm honestly surprised we haven't gone back to the original cell phones. You know, like the big monster guys.
Oh, those were crazy.
Because they know everything comes back. I mean, they started making phones smaller and smaller and smaller. Then all of a sudden they had to make them bigger and bigger and bigger. They go back to small, small, small.
You remember my Lexus? It had a phone in it. My 97 Lexus.
Yeah.
The last nice
one that's one that's actually connected.
Yeah.
Connected.
Yeah. Fucking wire and everything connected to the system inside the car. I love that car. I miss it so much. Oh my God, it was so fast. Yeah. All right. Update. I said this is fluid, meaning I'm getting phone calls while I'm out shopping. All right. That's why it's fluid, and I'm getting regular updates. I don't know. I've gotten 4 updates in the last this week. So I have to go like, well, how do I get that out? How do I word this? Anyhow, the move is most likely Wolfsburg now, who are willing to pay Norwich full asking transfer fee. When I say that, we don't really know if Norwich are sticking to their guns on this 20 mil. Are they willing to bend? Are they willing to do 16 plus 4? Are they willing to do 18 plus 2? Are they willing to do 15 plus 5? I don't know. And I said this earlier, it's not really important. The important thing is he going to be sold to Wolfsburg?
We've seen reports of 18, we've seen reports of 20. And I questioned whether or not the reports of 18 were in euros and then the 20 was in dollars, or if they're just bad reports. I don't know.
Well, it was really funny. Like the German paper that quoted me and put it up, and like they got hell for not knowing the exact number. And I'm like, guys, and I had to write it in German. I'm like, nobody knows what the number is yet. Like, why are you ripping this guy apart? Because he doesn't know the exact price. Like, I don't know. And I'm like in the back seat of this thing. So if I don't know, how do they know? How's this guy writing it for a German paper, in Wolfsburg, going to know? He's not going to know unless he's got a guy at the table, at the deal. And I don't even have that. So I'm 3 steps away, or 2.5 steps away from the actual deal being made. So I got to wait. And so, yeah, I got just people putting out reports. I mean, they're just doing the best they can, but they're not wrong. The people putting out the Wolfsburg stuff are right, even though they're not quoting me, which I did see after I put mine out. There were like 18 other things that came out. And only 3 of them quoted me. The rest of them just ran with like they broke it. And then I got a call from the person, and they're like, holy crap, it just blew up. But none of them are quoting you. I'm like, some of them did, some of them didn't.
Yep.
You live with it. Okay.
Derek, I don't get no respect. I get no respect.
I don't care. I'm not blue checked. I'm not making money from it. By the way, for the 900 of you here now on Twitter and YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, share it with your grandma. I think 900 might be our record for a Thursday night. I don't think we've ever hit 900.
Might be our highest ever, really.
No.
Maybe I don't know.
No, when we had Tact on that was higher a couple times. I think when we had Lawless on, it was pretty close.
No. I don't know. Regardless, I've been seeing this narrative getting pushed around for a bit, especially with the many years he's at Norwich and stuff like that. People are like, oh, he needs to get a move to a top 4 team to be a contender here. But this is. I'm going to read this to you, and I want you to answer, okay? And I'll stop when I want you to answer.
Okay.
It's now or never for Sargent. This is his 3rd club in the top 4 league. His first 2 times in those leagues haven't went well.
What? He was, as a youngster, a teenager, did very well with Werder Bremen. I don't know what he's talking about. And he didn't get to play center forward either. He got to play winger. And then when he went to Norwich, which was an awful team in the Premier League, he had to play winger again / left midfielder. It's not even his position. He was poor? I don't think so. I don't know. It sounds like a guy who doesn't sound like a guy that watched the games.
His time in Bundesliga, Derek, his team got relegated. His time in EPL, his side got relegated. But no, what he's basing this all off of is the production level. Well, geez, he was in the EPL, he only scored 2 goals. He was in Bundesliga, he only scored 5 goals in Bundesliga games, not overall competitions where he scored 7. But
Norwich, where
you start adding the context. And then you're just like, oh, that makes sense. Well, Werder Bremen during those 2 years where they staved off relegation 1 year through a playoff game, and then they ended up getting relegated the following season. That team produced the least amount of opportunities any team in the Bundesliga.
They were horrible.
For like a decade, it was like the worst team ever.
It was the worst Werder Bremen team of my lifetime. Let's just put it that way. And then when he got to Norwich, they weren't ready to stay up. They weren't ready to stay up. They were holding by a thread. They made horrible signings, including one of his teammates, the most selfish player that ever played the game.
I was just trying to think of his name. What's his name?
I can't remember it either, but he sucked.
I kept wanting to say Signs. I knew it's not Signs because Signs was a good player that played them just now.
Signs is good. No, I don't even know where that guy is now. But
I know he left Norwich and went to Turkey.
Yeah, I wonder how that worked out for him.
There is Rashika.
Yes, thank you.
Rashika.
Yeah. Rashiko is just the most selfish player I've ever seen in my life.
What?
Now, I will say this. Those times at Norwich, there have been times, a good stretch, where I came on the show on the regular and hammered Josh Sargent for being a total pussy. I did.
Well, do you remember that one play where he had the wide open goal? The goalkeeper's like completely on the ground somewhere else, and he shot it, and it looked like the opposing side put glue on the ground because the ball just came to a stop.
Yeah.
We're all just like, dude, put some fucking power on that shit.
And when he was there for a while, he wouldn't call for the ball.
Yeah.
If he was wide open and a guy didn't pass him, he didn't say anything. He wasn't aggressive. He wasn't forceful. He was a total pussy. And we called him out on the show. Hey, grow some fucking balls. Then he came back after his child was born, and I don't know what connection that is, but hey, baby needs new shoes. And all of a sudden, he became a man and started yelling at his teammates when they missed him when he was open and started putting his hands down and saying, demanding the fucking ball. Now, that's what we need from Josh Sargent on the national team, but we never got either.
So there's I brought this an article or a quote from Diego Luna up after the Gold Cup. And he talked about basically how nice it was to be able to, to bring his son out onto the pitch for playing for the national team. And it's like basically he ended up saying like once he became a parent, he realized that he's got to, do everything he can to be as successful as possible.
Right. He's not playing for himself anymore. He's playing for his family.
So having that kid is a big factor.
It seemed to be a big factor for Josh, although we'll never know unless we talk to him about it. I guess I could ask. I mean, my connections. But if that was a big thing, but we'll save that. That's not important right now. But he did make a change. He did make that switch for Norwich. He did become the guy, as he even said in an interview. I'm the guy at Norwich. I'm the guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the guy at the U.S. men's national team. So, yeah, I get a little nervous. I'm a little uncomfortable. And I know this one's really important, which is what he said before he showed up and had not horrible, but not good enough for Poach. And now didn't get called up for the Gold Cup team. So he needed to bring that attitude with him. Now, he'll need to do that going to Wolfsburg. If he thinks he can show up there and not immediately say, I'm the man on this team. I'm your center forward. I need the fucking ball. Pass it to me. And if you don't, I'm getting on your ass. If he can't do that, if he can't bring that Norwich thing where he is the man to Wolfsburg, he will suffer early. He will suffer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, changing subjects here. Good news. Ricardo Pepi has claimed the number 9.
Oh,
so that's a good sign.
Etching his name into history?
Yeah, I know.
What is Galazzo doing? What are they doing? They can't get the number of players per league right. The only good show they don't broadcast on their actual Galazzo network, which is Jimmy and Davies and Miola. They don't broadcast that show on TV.
But look at
I have to go watch it on YouTube.
He joins a list of legends.
Oh, no, he does not. No, he does not. If you're telling me him putting on the 9 means he's joining Romario and Kluivert and Ronaldo, you're smoking some serious grass there at Galazzo, which I think based on the other people you have hired to do the coverage on your network, you are high as a kite. Honestly, you are high as a kite.
I have to assume that between these 3 legends, that there were in fact other wearers of the number 9. So how amazing of a list is he actually joining of the players who donned the number 9 at PSV?
You like the 15 other players that have worn it before him?
Yeah,
like Luke De Jong. All right. And people seem to think Luke De Jong's gone. No, they just re-signed him. He's going to be back. And they signed Playa.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not like it's like 100% that Pepe's going to start every game. You'd like to believe that, but it's not 100%.
Rumor, Derek. There's rumor that Victor from Napoli might get signed. Now,
Trent news that affects Pepi. Victor Osimhen transfer from Napoli to PSV. Oh God, that's not.
So
good,
he was on loan. He was on loan last season from PSV to Turkey, and I forgot which team. But it says PSV is reportedly showing interest in acquiring him.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy too
Take
much.
that for what it is.
They just re-signed De Jong. Why are they?
Yeah.
You're going to use De Jong, Player. I know Player can play CAM and play winger too, but you've got 3 guys that can play center forward now. You need a 4th?
Beamar, I agree. It is a good sign that they gave him the number 9. They're just indicating that this is our starter right now. As long as he's healthy, he's starting.
Yes.
I agree.
But let's not anoint him yet. He's just coming back from an injury. Can he get through a season without another injury, a big one? Can he get through the whole season as a starter? Will he have some games where he's not playing that well? And, they start to go with De Jong. On top instead. Or they go back to him. Or let's say Players just gets a few games where he's just rocking titties. And now they want to start him constantly. It could happen. So let's not anoint him as one of the greats of PSV already. Can we just leave him alone, Galazzo, and let him do his work and not build him up and compare him to Romario? Really? Is that what we're doing? It's fucking ridiculous.
So being the king of being able to pronunciate things. I even said pronunciate there for a second. Galatasaray. Is that how you say it?
Galatasaray.
Galatasaray. Okay, that's pretty close. I'll take it.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, he's most likely going to resign, and as Zach mentioned here, they just got the bank backing for a signature. So, unlikely that he's going to PSV. But I want to throw it out there as just another.
Seems redundant to me.
PSV's a look. Maybe this interest came before they got Play. So I don't know.
It seems to me they knew this wasn't going to come through PSV, which is why they re-signed De Jong, because he was a free agent. They didn't have to re-sign De Jong, so they did. I guess he won't be wearing 9. Obviously,
no, that's part of the thing. Hey, De Jong, we'll re-sign you and all, but you're not our starting 9,
right?
And De Jong's going you mean I get to practice and sit the bench and then come in during Champions League games and an occasional game? I'll take it, man. I'm fucking 34, 35 years old. I'd love to get paid to rest my bones. And
he's got kids, I think. And they all live there, and they don't want to get up and go to Turkey or something. So
BMR says, how does Derek know how to know the pronunciation? He doesn't watch the Turkish league.
Yeah, it's really easy, BMR, to watch the Turkish league. That's on normal TV. My bad. I also know how to pronounce Besiktas. Is that okay with you? How I pronounce that? All right. Hey, and Ankaragachu. Remember that team you don't think really exists?
Doesn't exist. I agree. All right, so moving forward, Derek, we got what? We got Lawless coming on Monday.
So Lawless will be here on Monday. Don't miss that, guys. It's going to be fun.
Just from the sound of it, we'll probably have Winalda on here before too long.
And then Winalda could be here on Thursday. We haven't locked that down, but he came at us and said, "Hey, I want to come on." So
you're copying my shit.
Is that what he's saying?
No, well, he mentioned that he re-uploaded the video. So then Colin let us know that he said that because he posted the video talking about this exact topic.
We had no idea, Eric. Honestly, none, zero.
Well, I don't think he's concerned. And he's like, "Hey, you know where I'm at? Give me a call."
Yeah, I got his number. I'll give him a call tomorrow. So could be we're full next week with Alexi on Monday and Eric on Thursday. Alexi's confirmed. He'll be here next week, Monday. And like I said, it's going to be an open conversation. We've gotten to know him over the last year or so pretty well. And it's going to be fun. Not like the first time when we're kind of like, oh, shit. Is he going to have a problem with the fact that we've been busting his nuts for a year straight? He got over that pretty fast, actually, and said, hey, it's water under the bridge. Let's move on. I get your criticism. So that was really cool. And, he texted me today, said, yep, I'll come on. So let's do it. Monday sounds great. 8:15 EST. That's when you guys need to be here. 8:15 Eastern Standard Time. We're going to go over the state of the United States. It's national team, Poach. We're going to talk Poach. We're going to talk about all those players that get left off the squad that were in Europe. We're going to talk about the Gold Cup results. We're going to talk about Aguiman. We're going to talk about it all. And we're not going to pull punches, and I doubt he will either. So it'll be fun. And then, we'll take it from there. Again, I want to thank, we're way past 900 people on the show today, which is definitely the best Thursday show we've ever had. We want to thank you for coming out. Thanks to all the super chats. We do appreciate it. And stay tuned in. Lots of stuff coming up. And not necessarily, but it's the funny season, right? We've got lots of transfer news coming up. And I got to say, I'm thankful to have enough connections that I know some stuff about some of it, and I don't on others. But what I do know, I will share. And we'll be back on Monday. Have a great weekend. And until then, cheers.
That hurt.
Blowjobs are a no for me.
It is a skill. It is a practice skill. It is a necessary skill.
The secret to a great blowjob is saliva, saliva, saliva.
Important for us to learn from this because I think we lose because we beat ourselves.
You need to swallow it too.
I understand the problem here.
The people don't understand esophagus is the main player of the game.
Try to stay away from it as much as I can.
You can start by licking the dip.
I didn't understand it, but
Patrick Agyemang to Bambi or a newborn giraffe or